Hmm. That took way too long. I'm very sorry about that. Um, very sorry. Let me just double check everything is working. Um, I think I'm good for now. Okay, so let me check the audio, and then we'll move on. So I'll be back in a second. All right. As terrible as always, just like my pronunciation of the English language. So, okay, first things first. Was pretty noticeable, I think, but the past few days, I would even want to say like past 2 weeks, have been kind of weird. Because I'm not feeling too well, not doing all that good. So yeah, kind of sucks a little bit, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So I kind of think I haven't been doing all that much, or rather I haven't improved, or rather I have like regressed in a sense in terms of skill. I don't know. That's the feeling I got. Um, yeah, kind of tried doing this sort of, I don't know what, some environment sketches in a way, I guess. Not very successfully, mind you, but that's okay. I just want to get my head out of like the rut of the, you know, always doing the same things, always drawing characters, or always drawing hair, which I ended up doing again anyway. So there you have it. I'm still trying to figure out, like, how do I say this? The secret behind, like, I don't know how to say this, drawing ugly, yet still properly depicting. Like, it's kind of weird. It's like keeping visual clarity high while not being too accurate with your lines, I guess is the best description I can come up with. So, someone who immediately comes to mind is Cho Mang on YouTube. There's others, of course. Um, the biggest example of that, or the greatest example of that for now, let me see if I actually have an image. Is like this meme artist in a way, who draws Blue Archive characters. I don't think I have an image. Oh, actually, I do. So, what I mean specifically is this sort of thing here. Or not specifically, but kind of like this, So you're looking at this, right? And you're thinking to yourself, or I am at least thinking to myself, this is not particularly clean, right? The line work. But you can tell what this is supposed to be, right? You can tell this is supposed to be a character, and if you know the franchise, you know what character. I, for example, don't know, because I don't know the franchise that well, but I know it is Blue Archive, because I've just seen the character in connection to that, you know, to meme videos. So actually, to be honest, I can't even tell you if that is truly Blue Archive. I'm just inferring. But I, for example, I can't draw like this, you know. Interestingly enough, I can't draw something like, in a way, ugly or inaccurately, while still, you know, depicting what I want to. It's kind of weird. I don't know how to describe this properly. It's kind of difficult to put this into words. I can think of it, and I can classify and identify it when I look at it, right? Or when I think about it. But I can't really put it into words. It's kind of difficult. Anyway, let's move on before I start yapping too much. But it's essentially me fighting against my urge to try and perfect everything I draw, you know, which just ends up not perfecting the artwork in the end anyway. So yeah, that's the ultimate goal. So if anything, that's the whole point. So yeah, that's, sorry, I exited a bit too quickly here. That's essentially what I tried doing here with these like sketches. A little bit of form drawing, but I really don't know how to approach it. And I was kind of down, so I didn't have the energy to go into this and explore, you know. I was kind of, I don't want to say motivation, because art isn't about that. I think that's a, what's the word, misattribution, misconception, you know, about skills as complex, you know, as drawing. It's not about motivation. It isn't, you know. And if you make it about motivation, if you frame it like that, you will end up kneecapping yourself essentially, which will just end up making it a lot worse for you. And you will essentially run on a timer, if I can put it that way. Because you're setting yourself up essentially for failure, you know? Like, it's not at all about motivation, at all. You need to see it essentially as a 9 to 5 kind of deal, you know? If you have to frame it in any way other than just, well, that's what I do, right? I just do this. This is just what I do. This is part of my daily, I don't even want to say routine. This is just what I do. Like breathing, essentially, you know? It's natural. Like, there is no day where I wouldn't do this, right? And this doesn't necessarily have to be digital art. It's just about art in general. Like, if I don't have my tablet or my PC around, right, I just have my sketchbook with me, you know, a pencil, sketchbook, a rubber or like an eraser, and I just draw like that, you know. It's part of my day-to-day stuff, you know. Anyway, I think I just have to go back to doing more stuff with reference. So I've been neglecting that a little bit since I've been focusing a lot on this. Still not happy with the hair, but I guess I just have to suck it up, you know, and try and stop fixing this stuff. Like, I'm still not finished with Psycho here, and I haven't really adapted her line art, I guess. I don't know. Like, there's just a very different feel, I would say, to how Saeko looks and how Kivia looks, you know? Which I'm not too fond of. Like, the difference, I mean, but maybe I can make it work somehow. I should just try and finish it, I think. Put in some flat colors and go to shading, I guess. We'll see. We'll see. Anything else I want to say? Yeah. I think I've been kind of like avoiding finishing this, on top of just really trying to study a little bit more about hair, which in turn has then given me a bit of a hard time, I guess. I still don't like this left leg here, but whatever. So anyway, I can't say I've done a lot in week 20. At least not in terms of like raw output. But I think I've learned a few things, at least about shading, and internalized just how slow I am. So yeah, I've tried my hand again at like Shiori sketch here, a different one, and just tried to figure out how to shade her skin a little bit. As you can see, I am not like unhappy with it, but I can't say I'm like Hey, sorry for the sudden ear rape here with the mute button on my microphone. Why was I right? Talking about her skin. Can't say I'm like happy. Like, sorry, I take that back. It was a nice experience, you know, just figuring out how to do this stuff with the different like hard light and like multiply blend modes and such. Honestly, I don't think they are too useful personally, you know. Um, Aside from the hard light, perhaps for certain applications, if I like want to make something really shine. But what makes the most difference personally is just the brushes, you know, and how they use blend modes more than anything. I can show you what I mean. Let me use this layer here, or rather, let me take the highlight. Right. So let's say I want to have a specific. Let's take this. So this is like a very soft airbrush, right? Observe how it changes the entire look of the skin just by using it, you know? And that's a little bit much, perhaps. But let me just go in and turn off the hard light mode. You know, it's like the difference is basically not existent, you know? Like, come on. Sure, it's slightly brighter, you know? But personally, it just confuses me in terms of just color values and saturation. And there's some weird things going on with the colors or something. I don't quite remember what it was, but I think there's something weird going on with the layering when I use blend mode in Critter, which is very weird. I don't usually have that issue, and I might be one of those weirdos, you know, that enjoys picking colors, you know, and just shifting hues and what's the word? Saturation, I guess. Like I much rather enjoy shifting values. I'll show you like this. Right, let me go to the flat color surface layer here. I much rather enjoy picking colors like this. Let's say I want to color a leaf or something. Right. I'm gonna mess this up a little bit here, but bear with me. Right, so I much more enjoy picking colors like this, you know. Although this might be a little bit too much for my own good here. Oh well, this is a very, very, very shiny, very, 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 very shiny leaf, I guess, or something. I'm not quite sure. It's, I guess, yeah. I guess it's a very shiny leaf. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, the point is, I enjoy using colors like this a lot more. Kind of like what the oil painter would do, than using layers upon layers upon layers with different blend modes. Because I just can't be bothered, honestly, to understand all the mathematics behind the graphs, behind the like equations of operations, of like multiplications that just make a color a little bit brighter and then mess up everything that comes after for some reason. You know, I'm not too much into the whole magic that programs do, aside from the programming. Because, like, there's a clean logic to programming and not so clean logic to art programs, at least for now. Maybe I'll learn it over time, but I'm not too fond of them operations and progresses right now, processes right now. So yeah, what I want to say, I guess, is I can't make uh, much sense of all of this right now. Maybe there will come a time when I'll make use of all of this properly, but at least I tried. Um, but I think I have a natural tendency to use colors just more like this, more like a painter would. I have an inclination to just paint, I suppose. I like this a lot more, and it comes more naturally to me. Like this I felt right at home when I did this. I can't even remember anymore, honestly. Although, as you can tell, I have like a hesitancy of sorts to go dark on my colors, you know? So, interestingly enough, I have had on YouTube a recommendation for um, art practices by Lions Sensei. So, like, actually, very helpful um, art channel if you need a recommendation. Let me see. That actually goes over this, like, hesitancy I was talking about in terms of value. So I might actually do this today. And it's basically something I've done before without knowing it, or rather, without knowing that it relates to this. Sorry for that again. Everything's kind of happening all at once today. So, what was I saying? Right. I think we were talking about the practice, the exercises by Lines Sensei, and how I was actually doing something similar already, which I think was practice week 14 here, I believe. Let me see. Yes, right. So, this here actually, and I'm kind of trying to figure out how to bring back the grids, but I guess I don't need them right now because I'm not trying to do this for now. But yes, this is essentially what it is all about. So the exercise Lines is talking about is just taking a high contrast, preferably to make it easier for you, right? High contrast image from whatever reference site you have, right? And essentially redraw it with but two values: very bright white and very, dark black, like an actual just black color, like this here, like a very, very bright white and a very, very dark black. And you just redraw the image and just make decisions about, okay, would this be brighter or darker? And then you just place either color, either black or white, and then you just essentially draw the image. And you don't have to, draw every single detail either. And he did some demo of it while he was talking about it too. And it's very similar to this, just that this essentially has 4 shades, so to say, whereas his version has 2 or 3 shades. So this is actually a bit more difficult, which can be worse, if you're starting out, since you don't really know what you're training, and it becomes more difficult to absorb the information that you're trying to improve upon, the decision making rather. And so I think I might actually jump into this right after this. So yeah, I mean, I've been almost yapping for an hour again. So yes, I think I'm done for week 20 anyway. Yeah, I mean, let me just look at week 19, what I've been doing for that. Kind of interested because I tried doing the whole shading thing here as well. Again, very poorly, but that's all right. Okay, a little bit of everything, I guess. Mostly discombobulated heads. Discombobulated? No. Dislocated? No. Beheaded? No. Whatever. Floating heads. English. Who doesn't hate the language? Right, and some 1-minute gestures. Right, and that's also something he was talking about. Some tightly timed or shortly timed, whatever. Some timed gestures with a very short timer. Obviously, there are different approaches to timed gestures. The purpose of the gesture dictates your No, let me backtrack this. The way you draw your gesture essentially dictates what you learn from it, right? Um, I don't. I would have to do guesswork to tell you what this was supposed to do for me. I think, yeah, I guess what I thought this would do for me was like quickly capturing the outlines, or rather, with number one here, I tried like drawing by not so much capturing the outline, but actually focusing also on the negative space, which is kind of weird thing to say because the negative space is essentially the outline. But like, I don't know, I'm kind of like I'm telling myself that it's not, it's something totally different and whatever. But yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of weird like that. um I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to achieve with this here. I certainly need more structure in my learning. That is very important. I need more planning. And that's something I'm noticing more and more. And I have been, talking about this for quite a while now, that I need more structure in my approaches. But I haven't been realizing that, as in actually, you know, making it a reality, which is a very poor, example. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna draw now. I'm gonna do some what would you call this? Value studies? Let me actually see what he calls that. Let me see. I hope you don't hear this right now. Let me see. Okay, yeah, two-tone value studies. Okay, two-tone value studies. Tone. Okay, interesting. Well, I just heard my washing machine be done, which is something I should attend to right away. So here's what I do. I'll set up the document. I'll quickly practice week 21. What other practice week documents did I actually have? I feel like I did like paint practice, right? The regular practice week. I feel like there was something else as well. Paint practice. Right, the week. Just a regular week. Oh, week 1. Guys, have I improved from week 1? Fuck me. I don't think I have. Fuck me. Guys, I think I haven't improved from week 1. I think I have regressed. Fuck. Oh no. Oh, my entire world is fucking is going backwards now. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No 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 no. Oh well, it happens. Especially to me, I guess. Interesting stuff. I kind of have a look at what I was doing in week 1. Kind of interested. Right. Well, okay. Honestly, I think I was improving. Or I had improved from week 1. Okay, yes, I have improved. I have improved. Certainly. Like if I compare this to week, what is it? 16 or 15, 16, 17 or whatever, right? Like the characters day 100 practice illustration thing that I haven't finished yet, but I intend to. And I have to say I have improved. Some aspects I haven't. But honestly, I do have to be honest, this wasn't like day one of learning how to draw. This was not day one. This was like day 782 or something. Like I had done like 780 or something days just traditional drawing. This was week one digital art, so I have to be honest. So yes, right, then a bunch of reference. What is group 12? Ah, right. Some redrawing with a different brush. Very terrible brush, mind you. The hell is this? The fuck are you? Jesus Lord Almighty. Oh well. Anyway, I'm gonna get my clothes out of the washing machine and quickly hang them up to dry. Then I'll be right back with you, although muted, of course. And we'll do two-tone value studies. I might actually have to get some images before I do that. So yeah, I might actually use the site he recommended, which is Film Grab. I might do that. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll just use Pinterest. Who cares? Anyway, I hope you join me on your exercises here. And either way, I hope you have fun while drawing, whatever it is you are working on. I hope you very much enjoy your art journey, and I can only hope that you stick to your goals, and don't mistake it with motivation. You don't have to be motivated to do it. And obviously I understand that sometimes you don't feel like doing it, like at all, and sometimes your health doesn't allow you to keep on going. I understand. Just treat it like breathing, just do it anyway. I don't know, I'm just talking out of my ass. Anyway, I'll be right back, and then we'll get to drawing. All right, let me actually write that down here really quick. So, oops. Amazing. I don't think that's legible at all. I like this color. Brr. Brr. BRB. Kind of like lemon juice or lemonade, like really refreshing lemonade. A lemonade. Refreshing lemonade. All right. See you in a bit.